down, then... Oh my god, I'm so mad at myself.
Why do I have a feeling it wasn't Photoshop? It was probably just paint.
It was just them?
It was probably MS Paint.
Oh yeah, it was probably MS Paint.
I don't think Jolts has that skill.
Hey, Jolts is a very talented individual. There's no limits to what this man can achieve.
Well, you know, I guess we'll see.
Journey. That should be the 2v2 name for Jolts and Clooney. Journey.
Journey. Jolts and Clooney on their journey. Will they get this initial initiation? We're going to see it. Rakan Bako.
Oh, got him.
Still. And the pull right away.
Oh, dispelled. Barrier's gone.
His counter's not down, though. He's waiting for that moment. The immaterial's out. He wants to try and rip through that barrier. He spent a lot of time. He's going straight for Raylan now instead. The root will happen. Let's see if Jolt can get the pressure. He has built the silence. The bulwark comes out, gets baited.
Wow, Condemn was so good at that counter. He waited so long for it. Very patient.
Trying to make sure he capitalizes on his ability. He almost has a full energy bar as well as Jolts. He's trying to build it up as well.
Oh, barrier gets dispelled. There's a second shield, but it's not going to get popped here. No, they will actually choose to go through it. Jolts has actually a lot of charges in his pocket, but gets bulwarked up. Oh no, and the ultimate gonna whiff there.
2-1-3 actually just tried to pull him through his ultimate. He pulled him in and dealt more damage to him than his ult could, and now Condemned is going to go down, but will they get a cross kill on Xenox? I don't know if they can put the pressure on. Jolt has an ultimate. He's going to get one pull. The Randler's going to get out of that one easily. Has to be careful now from this point on. They just want to try and take out at least one. Xenox has to be careful.
The left click is a big way that Jolt is going to get damage, and it's hard to get uptime. Oh my god, the barrier, the shield, and the life grip really wants to make sure that Xenox does not fall. They will protect him up, and now it's just Jolts versus the world. Again, the bulwark gets jumped on. Pop. Nice. I like the pressure that they put on Condemn. Punish them for getting into the... punish them for jumping into the fray, jumping into the back line. And one of the things that I think Condemn did really well, especially early on, was just holding his cooldowns very, very patiently, and then use his counter exactly when he knew an attack was coming on, and immediately got that immaterial proc. As the fight extended, however, he tried to dive onto Randler, and in the end, Xenox punished Condemned's huge, landing axes, getting wall bangs, just a lot of damage coming on to Condemned. And Randler was able to mitigate and run.
Round number 1 going to MyCon. See if they can keep up this pressure, but we know that Jolts and Condemned, when they're on their on game, are going to be able to put out just as much damage. Baiting out the bulwark, now he's going to try and put as much damage as Xenox.
Nice counter.
Barriers, there comes the barrier. It's now up on 2 and 3 to protect some damage. Oh, getting out of that M2 and going right in. Condemned gets an in-cap, but it gets broken immediately. Jolts does get a lot of damage on a 2-1-3 though.
Jolts is able to space away, despite the fact that both his space bars are down. He is able to bridge the gap to get his second barrier available, and now he's going to go in on Randler. Randler's taking a huge amount of damage. Jolts laying into him with the arcane fire.
Protected by the bulwark, but the end cap is going to take him. Oh, it gets broken yet again. They got to be careful about that. It keeps breaking those end caps, wasting a little bit of the energy. 2 and 3 is now going to try and go in, but there is 2 full, 3 full.
Oh!
There's going to be 1. Will they get
pulled back in?
Pulled back in from the ultimate. What good synergy. And now we're going to see there's a double end cap, but it gets broken. At least one of them, Jolt, will try and get away.
Oh, Randler's in trouble now. He needs some watch out, and the ultimate does get caught by Rakan. The first kill does go to Bruce Lee. Condemned could make the cross kill happen, then they do. Jolts is the one that gets a killing blow. Tombstone gets dropped, tries to get a little bit of chip damage onto Randler, and Jolts is keen on connecting onto Randler. 2-1-3, 2-1-3 has to peel well.
Oh, this actually could go either way at this point. Randler, though.
They're spending a lot of cooldowns to traverse terrain and not getting a lot of connection for it. Barrier just now gets broken through, and now Condemned has little to nothing to help him. Gets the incapacitate. He will have the Whirling Blade now.
There it is. Oh, but silence directly out of it. Randler stays alive.
There's counter. Enough. Randler needs to juke the counter, but Condemned is not taking the bait. Good mind games there. Really good from Condemned. He made all the right choices and spent his resources exactly when he needed to. Used the in-cap, built up the ultimate, used the ultimate, and then just knew that he was strong enough to be able to pressure out Clooney and play mind games with the Panic Flask. Or sorry, pressure out Randler.
Ah, there it is. In-cap directly, but you watch his ult slowly tick down. He's not able to get any pulls out of that. No sustain for him. No damage as well. He's going to put up a good fight. He wants to do his best right here. If he could potentially take out Jolts. Oh, there it is. Slice and dice. Whirling Blade. 2-1-3 will go down. That is 1 round to 1 round. Bruce Lee seem to be able to turn on a bit, and we see what Esmo does so well, being able to just show up and dish out as much damage as possible. Using that space, it just pierces through everything. It just goes through any walls, any players.
One of the things that I really like about Jolts on Esmo is that he wastes no time. Whenever he goes for a bait, he has a very specific plan in mind, and he does things like channel the Chaos Grip. Oh, there, yep, that's
somebody DM me the photo that he had.
I like it.
The tag team. That is so good.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my god. I can't believe you're looking at that picture right now.
This is going to be great. All right, now we're going to see 2 and 3 goes on right away. The counter does actually get pulled, but the selfie, he will pose for it. Now we're going to see the root on Rakan, though. Taking all the damage. The barrier comes out a little bit late. He does lose some health. Not much max, but just enough to maybe.
Oh, another gets baited out, and now Condemned is in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna have to back away. A lot of charge on Jolts. He's got 10. He put the Tome of Destruction down, but Consume just eats up all of it. And now another counter baited, and 213 is in full control. Gonna go ham on Condemned now. Oh, miss from Randler on the deadly inject. 213 ends up being the one taking the damage from 2. Nice use of the life grip. Gonna go through. Sorry, on the life drain. Gonna go through the bulwark. Chaos Grip, oh, has to spend the R. Here comes Condemned. Oh, and dodges a Panic Flash. 213 in a lot of trouble here. He's gonna push even more aggressively. They don't care, they smell blood. Gonna use a target swap. Oh my god, that Whirling Blade getting 2. But now Condemned is in trouble. This is such a back and forth match.
I know, right? They're getting pushed into this back. I thought the ultimate was going to be it, the Lucy ultimate, but they were pushed out of it all the way through. Baka's got to be careful, but can they take him out? The counter's not proc. Condemned has got to be careful. There's a double in cap.
He could just die here.
Condemned now. That is it. It is now 3v2. Will Jolts be able to take one out in time? Oh, he silenced him, brought him in. Will they get a cross kill? Will they get a cross kill?
Kill Randler.
Randler's keeping him alive. No. After getting pushed all the way back to spawn somehow, they're able to stay alive.
Too aggressive, too aggressive, too aggressive. But, you know, you can't blame them for that. Condemned, Clarity, and Jolts are the kind of players that will push you to the limits. They'll play as aggressive as they can. If it fails, they'll dial it back a little bit and say, okay, we're going to play -1, and we're just going to be as aggressive as possible all the time. And that's exactly what they did there. They ended up taking the worst part of the bargain, and guess what? We talked about this Rukon Bako composition. Hey, that 3-man shield, I don't know if there's a situation where it could have been more relevant.
120 damage it shields them from, especially against
that might have been the
tipping.
That might have been the thing that tipped the scales, right?
Yeah. I honestly, I mean, when you think about how much that mitigated even just from a Shifu ultimate, it's 40 damage for all of them. And Shifu, I think the ultimate does, what is it, 112, I think, if he lands every tick of it?
I believe so.
But the chances of him landing every tick of it are pretty slim. Usually he lands about half on average, if I were to just be statistical here. Let's say he lands about half. That's just over 50, which means the shield protects you from almost all of it.
Yeah. It will at least buy you enough time, possibly, to get your cooldown to use mobility or knockback or CC. Changes up the situation a lot. Barriers are really great.
Ooh, good pull on 2 and 3, and Rune as well. They're trying to save the barrier, though. Notice it has not come out before the max health goes down. Very good patience, I think, on Randler for that barrier. A pull again, though. Now it's going to have to come out. Don't want to lose into that max health. There's the M2 on Clarity, trying to poke in the back. Condemned does go in. There's the first in cap of the orb. Still going to go to Bruce Lee. They had that good.
Oh, look at how much damage Xanox is taking. Gonna have to pop the shield, adjust himself. The flick for Jolts. He's actually running out of momentum. Gets gripped in. Nice use of the arcade barrier. We'll actually shoot into it. 9 charges. Here comes damage. The Tome of Destruction is down. Is he gonna connect? No, he doesn't get any use out of it. But Randler still takes a ton. Whirling Blade comes through. Nice silence, but the damage has already been done.
Xanox just took full damage from the Esmo ultimate, and now Jolts is going to try and silence up Randler. Will they be able to take him out? The M2. Oh, what a double petrify, but he's stuck. He was body blocked.
Goodbye.
Followed by an in cap, though. Fantastic use of their CC. Xanox now protecting Randler. They are able to back out, reposture, regroup, and actually take center control.
Yeah, this position swap has become unfortunate for Bruce Lee. But let's see. Oh, Bulwark will get the stun on Condemned. Clarity pushing to kind of push that situation out.
Just a little bit misread. 2 and 3 does have a full ultimate, though. He may wait. Jolts is down on his mobility. He does have his arcane barrier still. The Bulwark is now down. He's got to be careful. He has to go in and do the end cap, but fantastically timed. Jolts will get broken out, but they're going to use it to pull in Lucy instead. Lucy's got to be careful.
Shifu is now on the field again, and Xanox could get taken down, and he does. The ultimate pop from Rukon. He's trying to make the kill on Jolts, but that's not going to be very likely. Consume eats a lot of damage here, and Randler might be the target, or rather Clarity might be the target. There it is. The CC to stop that. And I think Bruce Lee is going to try to restabilize off of that, push their damage onto Clarity, or rather, God, push their damage onto Randler. Bruce Lee played out that situation really well. And what it's seeming like it's coming down to is that MyCon Keepo is having a lot of, is very threatening on the counterattack, right? If you push in too aggressively, they will punish you very, very hard. And Condemned and Clearing and Jolts are not backing down. They're saying, you know what? We know that you do a lot of damage, but we're going to outplay you. We're going to match you, right? We're calling your bluff. We're going to say we have the better hand, and we're going to spend our cooldowns, and we're going to get ourselves into a better situation than what you can muster up for yourselves. And the first time it didn't work out for them. Second time goes to Bruce Lee.
2 and 3 trying to go in. Actually, spacebar's in the right away this time. They are not hesitating. Xenox will get pulled in, but again, Barrier being patient on that.
Oh, Condemned is going in huge right now, but watch the 2-target split there. Jolts and Clarity tagging onto Xenox while Condemned is handling 2-1-3, 2-1-3. And this is where it starts getting really tough for Randler to kind of keep the health up. It's max health damage that's important, and by splitting up damage, it's hard for Randler to keep each of them topped off exactly at the same time.
Forcing Jolts to use his spacebar now. He's not going to be able to pull that gorilla tactic of him going in and going out. He's got to use the wall for poke.
Oh, Randler with a nice read. Gets a Petrify right on the
Watch out, though. Here comes the ultimate. It's going to start tearing through. The War Shot will protect him from somebody. He takes almost every single tick. He will get an in-cap, but take a look at the max damage he's hit. Oh! Will he go down? He does. Condemn finishes him off with a harpoon.
And the shield gets popped. Jolts has a ton of ammo here. Will shoot through the barrier immediately. Randler gets turret by the tome, and it's looking bad for TeamKeepo. The first map is going to go to Bruce Lee, and it was close. It was very, very close. They came back to win 3 there. It was looking that Keepo had it in the bag, in fact, and I really liked how they kited out and were able to make a cross kill happen. But Bruce Lee made an adjustment. I'm not quite sure exactly what that was. It might just be down to execution. It might be down to the fact that Condemned just kind of played with a little more finesse instead of trying to go aggressive all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, some of the things that I did see were good double incapacitates, right? In the opening moments of the game, landed that double incapacitate, set up damage on both Xenox and on 2-1-3, 2-1-3. And then that was when they lost a good chunk of max health in the early pod, convinced Keepo to back away, and then they got the center orb. So maybe that was one of the reasons why Bruce Lee was able to take such a big chunk of that game.
And I imagine that Bruce Lee's kind of over pressure generally can probably just become overwhelming for a lot of teams. A lot of teams that aren't able to deal with it or aren't prepared for it, it gets overwhelming. But against this team, they have to be careful. They have to be very, very careful, because there are some moments where if you overcommit, we saw a few times, if they just go a little bit too hard, they think they've got the kills, they push a little bit too far, and they're actually going to pay the price. Because the team they're going against right now is not a team that doesn't think. They're always aware, they're always prepared, and they're able to do things. And a prime example is when they overcommit into that spawn. When they pushed them into their own spawn, it looked like they were going to take it, but it ended up getting turned around anyways, and they weren't able to really capitalize.
Yeah, I think that they did that so well. Bruce Lee was really able to kind of hone in on that, and I believe that we have a clip to view that.
Yeah.
In terms of just the fantastic way that Bruce Lee was able to just set up damage against Bako and really kind of put pressure onto Keepo and make sure that Randler did not have an easy time just channeling heals into one target or using the barrier just on one target and knowing that it's going to get full effect here. Take a look at that. Xenox is going to jump in, going to hit nobody. And even though the Whirling Blade got stopped immediately, Jolts is still doing a ton of damage. That pushback into aggressive territory there. And Xenox has to fight his way out of it. There it is. The shield comes out. Despite the fact that the Clarity Potion happens, it actually hurts more than it helps. It pushes Condemned closer into range. And the Tome of Destruction, see how it's getting right around the corner there for Jolts. Nice. I like that positioning.
That was pretty close. I thought it was going to be a different replay. Whoops.
What?
That was my bad.
What did you do?
I thought it was going to be something else.
Why would you think that?
I don't know how to read, apparently.
You are illiterate and also just very poor at the English language. I'm sorry. I don't mean the things that I say.
No, you're not wrong.
I don't mean the things that they say.
So,
what is that?
So we talked about the image. This is your image. This Pestilential's face.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Can we actually...
So this is it. So if you guys don't know what happened yesterday, there was a 2v2, and they were swapping opponent. You're allowed to have 3 on your roster, and they swapped every other round. Every other map, they swapped somebody new. And we talked about that it was like almost like a tag team.
Look how happy he is.
So Jolt over there talking about his money. It's all he was really talking about in chat yesterday. He was just in chat talking about his money. Pestilus looking disgusting, getting punched in the face by Shifu. and then at the bottom he just scribbled out and put BattleRekt.
Where's Clerney?
And then what poor color of font? I can barely read tag team down there. Come on, Jolts.
Why did he not include Clerney?
It's only Shifu. Shifu's punching the enemy, Pestilus. Because Jolts just wants all the limelight for himself. Fantastic, honestly. This is great. So, anyways, first map down. The first map. Oh no, it happened again. Sorry.
Oh, you messed it up, Carpet. There were, I mean, so let's talk about that last map for a little bit. It's really important because they're so close right now. It was such a close kind of situation for them. We have another highlight clip of the particular map that we want to go over again.
Here it is.
This is when they went in too aggressive, and I really think that Jolts and Clerney and Condemned just push boundaries an incredible amount, and I think that's one of the things that gives them the best edge over their opponents in many situations. Despite the fact that they lost this round, I think it's a lot of information gathering for them, really seeing the extent to which Keepo can coordinate and use teamwork to kind of dispel bad situations for themselves. And testing your limits is a very real thing, you know. They ended up losing the round, but they won the map. So
the fact they were able to capitalize on that actually was really impressive, because we did see that Lucy ultimate went out in front of the spawn and they just pushed right through it. She actually didn't get any, I don't think she got any utilization out of her ultimate. Her entire bar down, and they were still able somehow to turn around, dealing up damage. Tried his best. He put that ultimate down. You know, maybe
look
take
how
2 out
close
on your
both
way
of
down.
those. I mean, when you see that much health, it looks like a lot, but what that really means is they actually went basically to single-digit health, and then were healed back up, because you can't go lower than 41 max health, right? That's basically 41 max health that you saw there.
And again, you've actually mentioned it before, right? So when you're down, so again, reiterate really quickly, I'm sure most of you hate this, but the way max health works essentially is once your current health is 40 below your max, you start losing permanent max health. There can never be a bigger gap than 40 between your current and your max. So the problem is when you get down to 41 health, right, which is the lowest your max will ever be, because when you hit 0, you die. You have to, now, especially if they have a support, and in 3s you almost always do, you have to make sure you always have the capabilities to burst for 40.
Yeah.
If not, they're always just going to keep getting healed back up. So while they may look like they're about to die, if you don't get that final blow, they're going to run away from you, mount up, pick up some green orbs, maybe even get some more max health, and then also get healed up by their allies. So you have to make sure that you always get that final blow. So as you saw, those last two, probably in the 40s, in the mid to high 40s health, that ult actually probably would have finished them up if he landed that a little bit earlier, or if they were able to get that burst on one of them. And as we know, removing one person from the field gives you such a big advantage in BattleRekt.
It changes the game a lot. It changes the pace of the game an incredible amount. I said this a lot in the earlier BattleRekt casts, but timing is everything in BattleRekt, or rather BattleRekt. Timing is everything, and it's, you can't win. Most of the time, you can't win off kind of a bad commitment, right, or kind of a weak commitment.
Do you see what's happening in chat? This is why I go click over. I'm like, I wonder what fascinating conversations are happening in chat. I want to know what they're talking about. You know, I want to know what they're engaging in, and then I get this garbage. I get this garbage.
That's great. I love it.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Well, let's get the entertaining part of this broadcast.
Hi there.
Yep.
Map number 2. Bruce Lee took it, but it was close. Round number 5. It's a bit of a fight, a little bit of struggle. They had to change a little bit of the way they went in. They had to be a little bit smarter with the moments they found. But can 2 and 3 Rayler and Xanox turn it around? They have switched to the Freya.
Yes. Maybe, I'm not exactly sure how this will change the way the game plays out. But it's interesting that they decided to change, because I thought the last map was pretty close, but maybe they feel like they do need a different pace, a different strategy. Oh my god, so much Arcane Fire landing onto Xanox.
But it doesn't seem to do enough. Build up enough shields. No max health taken. Condemned's got to be careful, though. He's trying to get in that poke. He's losing the poke game, but he will get that orb. The counter goes up. Selfie gets posted.
Nice. Double
Good petrify. Gives them a little bit of time to just kind of get out their cooldowns, but they actually didn't really capitalize a whole lot on that. Condemned, though.
Good barrier on Vandler. Oh,
there's
no!
the ultimate. Oh, they just get out of it. A good iframe from Xanox spacing out of there. Now we're going to see Condemned trying to put the damage on 2 and 3. Will get pulled after his consume is down. He has the spacebar for the mobility over the damage, and now he's going to try and take down Condemned.
Condemned is going to spend bar to try to incapacitate, stop that Shadow Bolt from hitting, but hits into the consume, and that's going to be real bad. He lands a counter on the Shadow Bolt the second time around, though, And now he's going to spend on EX Spirit. Is actually going to whiff. That's going to hurt because now 213 can spend his own ult and do a lot of damage in exchange. Clearly drops the crippling goo, but there's so much drain on 213 that he loses no health for it.
Now we're going to see Condemned has to be a little bit careful of how he engages here. One burst and he's a goner.
Nice roll out of the crippling goo for Clooney and had the barrier up, so he did lose a lot of health. Jolts knows that he needs a little bit more survivability, so he's going to use the life drain to heal back up, and that's going to help Clooney defend Condemned a little bit.
Just to the side of the wall, not able to get it.
Oh, nice. Xenox will close out the kill on Condemned. I think a lot of it was from the initial engagements where Condemned was posting up selfies.
Not getting his counter proc is a big part of playing that champion. You really want to try and time it to where you can. Oh, man. Clooney actually using that for protection, forcing 2 and 3 out of it. It's going to buy him a little bit of time, but will it be enough? The barrier's up, but it's about to be off cooldown. Clooney will go down. Jolt's probably shortly to follow.
I think that for Xenox to be playing Freya in this matchup so far, what I'm feeling is that the ability to kind of have a little more throughput in terms of damage, using that static, getting the M1s, and also having things like Spring, where you jump and mini-stun your target and are able to push in a little bit of damage at that point in time, is helping them out. The fact that the counter vortexes your opponents into the middle as well really helps a double melee setup. When you're on Bako, you don't have the ability to vortex your opponents towards you. You can initiate on them, but then you're kind of beholden to the positioning that Bruce Lee takes, whereas with Xenox, if he lands his counter, they come to you, right? You can hold your position, and they have to fight into you, which might be the big difference here.
Ooh, the counter does get baited out by the M2. Jolts does cancel that out, and now Xenox can take a little bit of damage. He has to iframe through.
Oh,
another
nice.
counter, not procced. Condemned. Oh, the silence. He's got to be careful how he engages. We're actually going to see, I think the counter for Freya got popped, but she did get panicked immediately after. Xenox now taking some max damage. Jolt's trying to take his opportunity. He space bars in, but now he's got no more mobility. He's now stuck between everybody. He's got to be careful with how he goes, but no one's capitalizing. They're going for Condemned instead, and at the bottom, we're going to see a little fight between 2 and 3 and Clooney. 2 and 3 will secure that orb, body blocking it. Now Randler, though, has got to be careful. It's pinned against the wall. A counter will get procced. The barrier is now down, though. Randler is a sitting duck.
Oh, Randler gets Chaos Grip just for a little bit, and he takes a lot of Arcane Fire damage, and there's more. The Tombstone is down, too. Xenox needs a body block. The barrier comes out, but there needs to be CC. Tries to roll out of it. There's a Petrifying Bolt, but too little, too late. Clooney will finish out the kill, and now Xenox and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 are taking a bath in the great green goo.
Sounds like a book I read as a kid.
Taking a bath in the great green goo.
Yeah.
That's really hard to say. Great green goo. Great green goo.
Taking a bath in the great green goo.
Great green goo.
Yeah,
hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, I know how to speak English. I just can't read it.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. You're not wrong. I mean, everyone needs to find out eventually that I'm apparently illiterate.
I think you can read. What's on the left side of the screen right now? Condemned? Can you read that?
Condemned.
What's his title?
Alpha Terror.
Oh my god. Why are you so bad at this? And I have to put up with him.
1 round to 1 round. Remember though, Bruce Lee, they did take map number 1, so if they're able to take map number 2, they will move on to our finals, the initial pull, but it will get right into a counter proc. Good timing on Condemned, trying to wait for that moment. The barrier is now off of cooldown though. 2 and 3 has to use his R to get out of there. He knows he has not much protection. What on earth? That was a weird switch.
Oh my god, 2-1-3, 2-1-3 takes a ton of damage. Randler does not have the tools to be able to mitigate damage off of him. I think the barrier actually went onto Xenox, and that was a big mistake because the target for Bruce Lee was definitely 2-1-3, 2-1-3. And that hurt a lot, and 2-1-3, 2-1-3 did not have the mobility to kind of get out of that scenario. I think they might have played too aggressively at the start with their cooldowns.
Jolts has a whole lot of energy. He can try and drop those Tombs of Destruction. Oh, the Consume's now down. There's the ultimate to protect 2 and 3, but will it be enough? Jolt's jumping around.
The spear
a bit too strong, and there's the ultimate. It does pull in Lucy and deal the damage, and she's also in another Lucy ultimate. Oh, completely destroyed.
50 extra health, no problem. We'll do that in just a second. Oh, awkward. Better luck next time. Better luck next time. This isn't about luck. This is about Bruce Lee.
I keep switching over to Twitch chat, expecting it to have stopped. It hasn't stopped. It's a massacre in there.
We're gonna have to call the riot police.
It's a bloodbath. We
might press a red button, guys.
They're even finding their way around the no duplicate. It's so good.
Oh god. We We need a Twitch mod.
Please.
Please save us.
Somebody help us.
All right.
Will we get a pull fall by counter again? Oh, Condemned actually goes in with the M2. Missed the Harpoon as well. We're going to get a pull action on Jolts. He does have to use one spacebar, but his positioning always so strong. He has no mobility, but he's still protected right next to his ally, Clarny. They're going to get the pull. The barrier's down, so he forced himself to actually retreat. Doesn't want to take any max damage. And now, again, take a look at this. They're getting pushed back into their own spawn. 2 and 3's got to be careful. The orb is up, but no one seems to care. Jolts has to be careful now. He's got no more mobility. Uses the shift M1. Tries to get a little bit of them heals up. Now he's going to try and take that orb. They know they have the pressure.
Oh.
2 and 3 wanted to M2 through, but he just couldn't get there.
Randler just got dunked by a huge impale. 4 weapon charges. Oh, Condemned, you missed! That was a huge miss. Oh, Jolts will cancel out his Chaos Grip, but shoots it into the Consume. Right now, Bruce Lee needs to identify what their key target is. Jolts has 9 bullets. He's gonna spend them on 2 1 3 2 1 3. Gets the fading snare.
Take a look at that. How many of his M1s made contact? It's absolutely insane.
Oh, good timing on the arcade barrier. Xanox is in trouble. He needs to run out of that scenario. 2 1 3 2 1 3 spends mobility. There's the counter.
Great
well
counter.
timed.
Build up a whole lot of shield, able to
But
mitigate a
now
lot
the
of
total
damage.
destruction is down.
Oh, the barrier's now down though. What is he gonna do left? Xanox just missed that. The counter doesn't get proc. The ultimate's coming his way. Pinned against the wall. He just gets out of that. Randler's gonna try and heal him up. They have to back out. They will get this orb though.
Bruce Lee will respect the defense of Keepo there. Then they back away to take the center orb rather than going in aggressive, and they know that they're better suited now. Oh my god, that was a huge impale. Xanox is so low. Double incapacitate. Here comes a Chaos Grip to connect. What? How did he just... Oh, I think it was a life grip.
Oh, he's just alive. Oh, MyCon, he couldn't get the life pull. 2 and 3 tried to get the shift E, couldn't get the EX pull on him. And now they're just going to get slowly pinned down. Poor Lucy up there.
Oh my god.
You need all the tasty swift rolls you want, but it's not going to save you here. Bruce Lee.
Some may resist for a while, but all will fall to the hand of Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, move on to our finals and take down MyCon Keepo. 2 and 3's reign.
Somebody stop them. Somebody stop Bruce Lee. Who can stop them?
I don't know. I guess we can see in the finals. Maybe somebody can. Fantastic display from them both. And I've mentioned it before, and I really want to talk about it. Jolts. He treats every single M1 like a child. He doesn't fling them out, especially with somebody who's got a lot. You know, you look at Jades and people.